What's going on, everybody? A happy Monday to you out there. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. You got Ryan, you got myself over here. I got a quick story,
sure.
if you will.
Yeah.
If you'll indulge me for a second here. So last night we had, hi Shania, Shania's back there too. Last night we had a little dinner, of course, me and Kayla.
Very
and,
sweet.
Maybe a little TMI, but when I get home from work sometimes, I usually just take off the pants and I've got just the shorts on underneath, you know?
Okay.
And my undershirt, of course, and we're boiling potatoes, and I'm holding the cauldron or whatever that thing is called, and she's
a pot?
The pot thing. Well, she's got the pot.
Oh, colander.
I've got the colander. Thank you, the colander. And she's pouring the potatoes into the colander, and the steam gets on my hands, and ow. And so then I pull the colander back, and I drop boiling hot water all over my knee and on my shoes and my socks down there. So I've got a big burn mark on my knee right now. I rubbed some aloe on it. We're feeling okay, but I'm a little bit in pain right now, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like when you take a pan out of the oven and then you forget that it's hot and you're trying to move it over. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Sometimes when the waiter brings you a dish as well and it's super hot still and you touch it and you're like, oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm sorry, dude. Well,
that's all right.
I'm glad that the story was a little more PG because I do have to say my story that started off the show, our sales director, Mr. Biondi, came to my desk, earlier today.
Yes.
And said, you got to reel this guy in.
He was talking to me yesterday about that too. That's so funny. Mr. Biondi.
I'm glad the story ended. It ended poorly.
Yes,
but it could have been worse.
We're losing clients left and right.
Yeah, when I started talking about pants, I'm glad it ended up there at least. Well, let's talk about something that'll make you feel old out there. Our Northern News Now Today team, certainly awesome. Find them 5 to 7 a.m. each weekday morning. But one of our anchors, Cindy Whitty, made a Facebook post the other day saying her fellow team members, Madison Green and Brendan Pham, did not know what Wheaties were, which is pretty incredible.
That's incredible. And Brendan, you can kind of understand because we've talked about this before, how there's just certain things that he doesn't know, but then he'll go climb Mount Everest.
Yeah,
it's like, that is just another day in Brendan's life. But Madison, I don't understand. And from what I understand also is she thought that they were mini wheats, which are two different things.
Oh, gotcha. But are they related to Wheaties? I think they're related.
I think they're related because the mini wheats, that's the square thing, right? With the frosted stuff on top.
Right.
And Wheaties is more of the, it's like Raisin Bran without the raisins, kind of. Which
it's hard to not know, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I commented on Facebook on Brendan's comment. I'm like, dude, you'd be the perfect candidate to be on a box of Wheaties. Like, you should know what Wheaties is all about, man.
Surfing around the world.
Yes, honestly.
And also Madison, a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. It seems hard that the Eagles wouldn't have been on the Wheaties box.
Wasn't Jalen Hurts, I think, on there at some point?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to let him know. Have him try a box of Wheaties perhaps someday.
That'd be good.
That sounds pretty. They don't taste that good, do they?
I haven't had Wheaties.
I don't ever had Wheaties either.
Well, maybe we have to try them.
Well, there we go.
We know what they are, though.
We'll get a big old Northern News Now Wheaties fest going.
Sounds good.
Coming up on today's show, Malcolm in the Middle makes a comeback to TV after 20 years. Plus, Love is Blind is no longer just a Netflix hit, as Americans take the idea to their real-life relationships.
Yeah, a little Black Bear blindfold in their dating.
How
about that?
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, kind of crarazy. But first, we do want to give a huge thanks to a wonderful group up the shore in Two Harbors. So the other day, Hunter and I got to miss the 4 p.m. show, which big thanks to Natalie and Dave for filling in for us. But we got to visit the Aspirus Lakeview Hospital, where Hunter's dad actually works, which is awesome. But we don't want to give too much away, but let's just say we had a whole lot of fun, and it'll be part of next week's Blindfold, which I believe is airing on the 21st.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I think my brain still hurts a little bit, too, from this Blindfold. There was a lot of thinking with this one, and it was a lot of fun, though, definitely.
Yeah, very sweet people.
Yes. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, so many awesome people, and then got to see my dad a little bit, too. That was kind of fun, too.
Always good.
Yes.
With the price of gas these days, free gas is kind of hard to believe that even be an idea. But however, in Detroit, Michigan, dozens of vehicles lined up to fill their tanks the other day on the city's west side. That's because the owner of an Amoco station was offering free gas to those patrons from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. The owner has done this before and says it is his way of giving back to that community. And the friendly gesture is certainly welcome as gas prices continue to rise in the wake of the military war going on with Iran.
I'd wait in a line that long to get some free gas.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
I should start driving my car around, wait till it gets to empty, and then just sit in line, and then, of course, probably run out of gas while I'm in line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder with like a pickup truck if I could put like a couple tarps down and maybe just fill her up with gas. Probably highly illegal, but it might be a lot of fun. It might be interesting.
They said free.
Exactly.
They said free. I don't know.
Load her up.
Well, you may remember the other week we talked about that big Kit Kat heist in Europe that took place, where someone drove off with an insane amount of chocolate goodness. Well, now Kit Kat making the most of that publicity and joking and tightening up their security after 400,000 of their chocolate bars were stolen, with multiple security guards and cars helping in one of their recent Kit Kat transports.
They've got an actual escort from all that looks like Secret Service helping them out a little bit.
That's awesome.
That is
Looks
so
cool.
awesome.
That'd be cool if we had our Northern Life van, just with security cars around us.
With me blindfolded in the back or something. Like, what the heck is going on there?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Well, I feel like on this show we do talk a lot about AI. It is everywhere these days, but now fatigue appears to be setting in. According to a new survey, the majority of Americans are now using AI to some degree, but 54% out there are, quote, getting tired of hearing about the budding technology. The poll of 2,000 U.S. adults found 46% of people believe AI is everywhere, is nearly impossible to escape, and a further 29% see it mostly being pushed by them on social media or by work.
Wow, kind of here too as well, I mean, we definitely talk about it quite a bit. I don't think it's going anywhere, of course, I think that we need to keep continuing to talk about it. That's important to keep everything in check, hopefully. So I'm assuming it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon as far as us talking about it.
I'm sure it's one of those things too where you're like, I'm never going to use this, and eventually you have to use it, kind of like the internet and cell phones and all that stuff.
Just give in, everybody.
Oh,
well, maybe not.
How about this before we head to break? History being made with the world's first permanent underground vault for nuclear waste. Robots are burying spent nuclear fuel nearly 1,400 feet below the surface in Finland, sealing it then with copper canisters surrounded by clay to keep radiation contained for hundreds of thousands of years. And experts say the site's bedrock is nearly 2 billion years old and not at risk for earthquakes, making it ideal for the long-term storage.
Interesting. I trust it. If they say it's good, then it's good. Let it happen.
Make sure you don't accidentally fall down there.
Oh my gosh.
I think you'll be all right.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hey, coming up, a baby is born in a pickup truck, and lovebirds rely on their other senses. We'll see in a bit.
Welcome back. Okay, this is kind of crazy. A North Dakota couple has a wild birth story to tell. Their new baby girl, when she comes of telling age, of course. Ethan and Lexi Hall were driving to the hospital when labor suddenly took a turn. Just 10 minutes into the trip, they called 911 and rushed to the hospital, but not inside. Lexi gave birth in the front seat of their pickup with a nurse arriving just in time. Baby Mackenzie was born healthy. Mom and dad are doing well, and the family even plans to recreate the moment with newborn photos in the truck.
I don't know what recreating that photo would look like, but I'm sure they have great ideas in mind.
I would think so. I would definitely hope. There's some censorship going on, but look at that, we got Cosmo down here.
We got Cosmo in the studio too.
Buddy.
Hi, Cosmo. Good to see you, buddy.
Running around.
I'm glad everybody's okay.
Yes, that's the good thing, right?
That's
there.
the main goal.
Yep.
Well, when it comes to dating, apps out there are the dominant way people look for love these days. But a new dating startup has a different idea, Cosmo.
What's up, Cosmo? Participants meet and go on an in-person date without ever laying eyes on each other. Bradley Backburn takes a look.
So the fact that you guys are just here is everything.
In a hotel bar in New York, Emma Parvin is gathering 10 women and 8 men in separate rooms.
This event is all about in-person connection.
For an event called Unseen Connection, where blind dating takes on new meaning.
And we're ready to go.
The singles don blindfolds before sitting down for their first conversation with a potential match.
We're taking one sense away, but it heightens so many more things.
This is such a crazy experience. I don't know. What do you think?
Each date lasts 15 minutes with no peeking. Men are even escorted to their tables.
I find myself closing my eyes and actually being way more intentional with my conversation.
It's an idea straight from reality TV.
You're a beautiful person. I don't have to see you to say that.
There's Netflix's Love is Blind and decades before, The Dating Game.
If you were my glasses, what would I see when I looked through you?
Unseen Connection started in Europe. Parvin is helping bring it to the U.S. in partnership with her own dating startup, Radius.
You cannot tell someone's essence in a photo or even a video.
One Forbes survey found 80% of people who use dating apps feel burned out by them. A big complaint, the superficiality of swiping.
Do you like to travel?
I do, actually, yeah. I just came from Japan.
Joe Melendez says even without his eyes, he found more here than on apps.
It's fun because now you're exploring different territory. It's not just sight, it's just actually trying to connect with someone.
3, 2, 1, blindfolds off.
At the end of the night, everyone gets a glimpse that can challenge assumptions.
I was picturing him with curly long hair and kind of young, and he didn't look like that. He had short hair, super cute guy.
Looking for love in a whole new way. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
I mean, it's a unique way to definitely meet somebody, that's for sure. It's funny how your voice plays tricks on you, and you hear a voice and you picture something that is completely different than what actually is going on out there.
And I'm sure that probably it takes the nerves away too. I think if you had a blind date with someone and you had to meet them in person, or you're doing speed dating, like kind of like what they're doing,
yes,
I think there'd be a lot more nerves to be like, you know, I'm shaking or I'm sweating, but then you could be like, you know, I can just focus on what I want to say.
And then I can wear sweatpants or something like that, you know, not have to worry about
dressing up. They just take the blindfold off.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess you got to be kind of dressed up a little bit, but dang it.
I think the thing that I wouldn't like, though, I feel like in person, you know, like when we have this conversation, I can tell your body language and I can see how you're reacting to what I'm saying.
It's a huge part of conversation.
Yeah, I could say anything, you know, with the blindfold on. I could say anything you might want to hear.
Yes,
but, you know, what's it said? Body language is, you know, in action, too.
It is. It's a whole nother language, basically, is what it is. On the actual show, do they go the entire show without seeing each other?
They go until they want to propose.
Then they take it off.
They say, I want to propose to you,
That's
and then they meet behind the walls and they come together.
So it's all based on personality and nothing based. That's crazy.
Sadly, I think the success rate of that show is pretty low.
Yeah, yeah. You probably need everything in order to have a successful marriage, probably. Yeah.
Well, hey, staying on the East Coast, these are some of the more animal stories we didn't get to back on Thursday, I believe.
Sure.
An ambitious bear who may be related to the bear that Hunter experiences at his place was seen in Connecticut trying to make off with an entire dumpster. The adult bear seen lifting the dumpster's lid and taking a look inside, then pulling the huge trash can towards the nearby woods. And a reminder for us in the Northland that bear activity increases in the spring here as those animals do seek out food.
Listen, that's the fall of man, the fall of bear right there. You get too greedy, you take too much stuff, and that one is taking the whole dumpster. Just take a couple bags and walk off, you know?
I think it's going to learn what a curb is real quick.
Haul it up the curb, bear.
If you can't find a cave, you know, it'd probably be a great place to hibernate in the winter if you just stored it up. Yeah.
Can you imagine bringing the I don't know, somebody bringing out the garbage to the dumpster, you lift it up, and there's a bear sleeping in there? What do you do?
I don't know. You just pretend to not see them.
Yep. No,
run away.
Don't like that.
And then finally, down in Florida, police in Tampa responded to a call for a suspected intruder and found an alligator going for a swim in a swimming pool. Police say the gator was removed with assistance from a local trapper, and it sounds like everything ended up okay.
That's good news. I think this is a big reason why we live in Minnesota and not in maybe other places of the country, because we don't find alligators in our pool, Ryan.
Yeah, always good. But we can only use our pool for, you know, maybe 2 months out of the whole year.
It's a give and take, but I'm not going to die in the pool. That's a good thing.
That is true. I'm sure the guy was like, oh man, someone broke into my house and is swimming in my pool at night. And then lo and behold, it's not a human.
It's an alligator. How do you even go about taking that out of there?
Yep.
Crazy.
Don't do it by yourself.
Nope.
Coming up, Malcolm in the Middle returns to television after 20 years. We'll share more coming up next here on Northern Life.
All right, we've all done some questionable things out there, but how about this in Pennsylvania? A couple of banana thieves were caught. Turns out a bunch of bananas went missing at a convenience store outside of Philadelphia, 96 bananas to be exact, and staff went back and looked at the security video and saw two men take the fruit. With the help of the police, the men were tracked down and they called it a drunken mistake. The store decided to not charge the men if they paid, which is what they did. I wonder how much 96 bananas cost.
Hey man, probably, I don't know, $3.
Yeah, right? Yeah, bananas are pretty cheap, thankfully.
But I'm sure, like when they were in their, you know, state, they were like, wouldn't it be so funny if we stole all these bananas? Yeah, but then you're carrying 96 bananas around.
Yes, don't do that, my friends. I mean, we are talking about it nationally, but I mean, don't do that to get on national TV.
Don't do that unless you're friends with Donkey Kong or something.
Yeah, exactly.
After nearly 2 decades, Malcolm in the Middle heading back to TV.
Kind of excited. Rick DiMagella shares more.
Yeah, I look different, but hey, everything about me is different. I have a girlfriend, and the best thing in the whole world, my daughter Leah.
Dad, quit it.
My life is fantastic now. All I have to do is stay completely away from my family.
Nearly 20 years after the original series finale, Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair continues the story.
It's so rare to get to go back to a part of your life that meant so much, right? 7 years I spent with the cast and crew, playing this character, making this show. 20 years later, I have such a greater appreciation of what we made. This family's non-stop antisocial behavior and mindless, myopic priorities are toxic to me.
Can I at least give you a hug?
Not physically.
For 7 years, we had this
this loving television family with these little boys, and now they're all grown men with children of their own. And I just thought this would be a story worth telling.
I think I do, like an elder statesman of sorts. I mean, what we got out of this show, working with each other and with these writers, and directors, was just a gift.
You have to make peace with your family.
I hope people watch the old 7 seasons and are super excited and ready for the new 4 episodes. Hopefully this gives them some relief from the constant kind of craziness that is our lives these days, and they can just enjoy the 2 hours of Malcolm in the Middle like they used to.
You can't spend the rest of your life denying your family even exists.
Worked perfectly until they showed up.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
That's crazy.
Did you ever watch the original show?
I never watched it too much. In fact, I got it mixed up with The Middle quite a bit. Remember The Middle back in the day too? That show.
I do not.
It was with Patricia Heaton from Everybody Loves Raymond, the wife of Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah. Did you ever watch the show back?
I did
in the
not.
day?
No,
really?
But I know a lot of people were looking forward to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's very interesting because in my mind, Bryan Cranston, who started off as a comedic role, is more of a serious actor in my mind. So it's funny to see him back in this kind of comedic role.
And I'm sure he enjoys that,
Yes.
returning and doing something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as you don't do the stuff he did on Breaking Bad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't do
Be
that.
careful.
Don't do that. Or
Yes.
steal bananas.
Yeah,
don't do that
either.
Yeah. Well, before we go to break, in the MLB, the Chicago White Sox are giving away Pope-themed hats this summer to celebrate their most famous fan, obviously that being Pope Leo XIV.
Oh, yeah.
The black and green.
Sorry.
I'm glad you remember. The black and green hats have the team's logo on it and are shaped like the Pope. So on their website, the team refers to the designated sections as the pews in the ballpark for their popes to sit.
I wonder if he ever makes the trip over here to come watch a game or two. I'm sure he's a very busy man.
Yeah, that would be quite the first pitch.
It'd be cool. Oh my gosh, that'd be wild.
I know they found that video of him at the 2005 White Sox World Series. So
really,
it'd be cool to get him back to Chicago.
Yeah, why not?
Coming up, a perfect place to propose. We'll explain. Welcome back. Before we go today here on Northern Life, a new poll finds Minnesota men say Dairy Queen is the perfect place to propose. Now stay with me. With the cost of living still stubbornly high out there, even life's biggest romantic moments may be getting a budget-friendly rethink. With wedding season on the horizon now, Ace.com surveyed 3,000 men to find out which fast food chains they believe give them the best odds of hearing a yes. So coming in at number 1, apparently, according to Ace.com, Dairy Queen. And now rounding out the top 5 include Chick-fil-A, Burger King, Wendy's, and Pizza Hut.
Just as long as they don't hide the ring in the ice cream or something like that, and she ends up taking a bite or something. That would be a good thing.
Do you think, how would you propose at a Dairy Queen?
Well, I'm just saying, that's a good question, to be honest with you. I'd probably stand up on the counter and make a big spectacle out of it or something.
Do you think Kayla would like that?
I think she would.
Wow.
And there's one right next door. Who knows? Maybe we'll do that route, or one in 2 Harbors or something like that.
So I'm sure it's probably happened before where people have their first date.
Sure.
I know Mary and I were talking about cocktail hour for weddings, and it sounds like one couple's idea was going back to the bar where they first had their first drink together.
That's
where they spent their cocktail hour.
Where was the first bar that you two had a drink together?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. It might have been Castle Danger.
I bet it was.
Yeah, somewhere like that. So
that's not too far away from Wisconsin Dells.
It's not too far away.
No,
not too far away.
Not at all. Hey, we love you so much.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.